and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, today we're looking at a couple of lenses, and we're looking at two lenses that I recently purchased for my Sony full frame bodies, and it's the Sony A7C, although I have used them on my Sony A6700. I'm actually filming a close-up shot today on my 6700, and I'm going to hopefully be doing a few videos today. I want to see if the camera overheats more than anything else, but it's a great APS-C body. I've got fitted to it the Viltrox 33mm lens, which is about 50mm, or I think it's 52mm in full frame terms. So it should give me a really nice bokeh in the background, nice separation between me and the background. So that's getting a close-up shot. The wide shot over there is my Sony A6600. With my very trustworthy Sigma 18-50 lens on that. It's got an f2.8 aperture, and I've got a wide shot over here picked up on my Sony ZV-E10 with the 11mm lens fitted to that one, and then the close-up shots will be on my little Sony ZV-1, which I use all the time for my close-up shots. So the lenses we're looking at is a 24mm Samyang AF 24mm FE lens, and it's a great lens, and also the Samyang 35mm. I don't know which one I've picked up actually. That is the 35 and that's the 24. So you can see, let's take the lens cap up, the lens shade off of that one, and you can see they're both incredibly compact little lenses and very lightweight. The 24mm I think is 89 grams and the 35 is 93 grams or thereabouts. And they weigh, as you can tell, absolutely next to nothing. So you can put those in your kit bag without even worrying about it. Now, I've been using them, as I said, with my Sony A7C. I think it's a great combination with the A7C or the new A7C Mark II, possibly the A7CR. I'm not so sure the resolution of these lenses would work well with a 61 megapixel sensor. That I can't say because I've not used them with a camera with a bigger sensor. But I've been using them with my Sony A7C, which we have here. Now at the moment I've got the Nifty 50 fitted to it. So let's take that off, and you'll see why these lenses complement this size camera so well. As I say, you can keep it on the camera body all the time. A 24mm is a great sort of wide, it's not ultra wide, but it's a great wide angle lens to use for street photography, just to use as your general purpose lens to keep on the body, you know, pretty much all the time. And there it is. I do prefer the grips on the APS-C bodies, that's absolutely for sure. I love the grip on the 6600 and on the 6700. I've never found the grip on the A7C too good, but with these smaller lenses it's absolutely fine. I was able to walk around quite a few hours, you know, and not have any issues whatsoever. So I know I could walk around all day with that and not have any issues because it is comfortable even with this grip. And if you do need a bigger grip, just buy an add-on grip for it. But no, look, works really well with that. So I really like that. Now the lenses are plastic, so kind of plastic fantastic. It's got a lovely manual focus ring to both these lenses, but I tend to use everything in autofocus. The autofocus on even the original A7C is so good, but you don't need to worry about manual focus. But if you do want to use manual focusing, then by all means you can. Now, these lenses are not weather sealed, which you wouldn't expect really for a lens of this caliber and a lens of this price. And I actually didn't expect the image quality to be particularly great, but the image quality is fantastic. It's, you know, really good. Now I'm going to spin through a few images on my computer here, but I would very much suggest that you take a look at them on my Flickr page. I'll leave a link in the description of this video where you can actually have a look at them on Flickr, and I think you'll find that's going to be a much better way of looking at them rather than looking at them on this YouTube video. And also with my lens reviews, I don't do lens charts, technical charts. I just go by what I like about using them in the real world really. Do they suit my needs? And I find the best thing to do is show sample images, and then you can make your mind up whether it's the sort of lens that would, you know, suit your needs. Now you can see the construction here. The rear is a plastic mount, but you know, it's fine. it is quite well made. You know, you've got no problems with the construction quality of the mount on the back here, but it isn't weather sealed, so don't expect weather sealing with this either of these lenses. They are really tiny, very small filter thread, so you'll be able to easily get filters, and they're not going to be expensive. So and also these lenses are really great value for money, so you can just, as I say, shove them in your bag and not worry about it. You can, you know, I bought both of them because they were just so cheap to buy. The lens hoods are a little bit odd. I think that is the lens hood for the 35mm one. It's just a, it's not really, I don't know how that's going to protect stray light coming into the lens, but that just bayonet fit clips onto the front like so. Likewise, the lens hood for the 24mm lens, I've lost the, oh, it's on the camera. The lens hood for the 24mm lens also is just a cheapy plastic fantastic sort of hood, but I'm sure, you know, Samyang have thought it through, must do the job, but it's a very small hood. That, I mean, it is a little bit better, so that will help protect stray light entering the lens. Yeah, really, as I say, I like them because they're really compact and they produce really nice images. So let's take a look at a few images on my computer. As I said, you're best off looking at them on Flickr. There'll be a link in the description. But if we have a quick look at them here. Now, with the 24mm lens, I did take some on my A6700. So you'll find when you look at them on Flickr, there's a bit of a mixture between shot on the A6700 and on the full frame body, which obviously what they're designed for is the A7C. Now, on the A6700 or the 6000 or 6300, whatever, you'll get around about 36mm. So it's quite a nice wide angle lens for street photography. And it gives a nice, really nice, sharp, clarity image. And these images work out well on the APS-C body. Corner to corner sharpness is great. Sensor sharpness is great. The contrast, you know, color balance. It's actually just a well-rounded lens. And I think, you know, value for money, you're not going to get any better than that. Samyang lenses really are very good value for money. So, you know, on the 6700, absolutely great, no problem at all. And then, as I say, I took some with the A7C a little bit later on. Gives us a wider angle of view. So you've got a genuine 24mm angle of view on the A7C because obviously it's a full frame body. Now, there is no image stabilization in either of these lenses. You wouldn't expect that, A, at the price, and B, at their size. But when you use them on the lights of the A7C or the 6700, 6600, those cameras have in-body image stabilization, so that in itself is not going to be an issue. You know, again, contrast is great, sharpness is great, even all that grotty building, and you can get a certain degree of bokeh, certainly with the 35mm lens. I mean, again, this is the 24mm lens, so great for street photography. It's not ultra wide, but it certainly isn't telephoto. Obviously, it is a wide angle lens. So, you know, really nice quality images, and something that I say I will keep on my A7C because I think it's you know, a great all-round lens. Now with the 35mm lens, same thing applies. That is 35mm on the A7C and about 52mm, 52mm on the A6700, 6600. And again, the clarity, the sharpness, even shooting into light, it handles that. Contrast is still very good. And you know, I think it's lovely. Now if we look at some images where we might have some bokeh, as I say, it's not really a bokeh lens. Now both lenses have an f2.8 aperture, so you know, being that they're f2.8, they're, you know, moderately wide aperture, so fine for low light photography. And because the A7C and the 6700 have in-body image stabilization, you can reduce the shutter speeds to get the images you want, particularly if you're shooting static subjects such as architecture, you know, buildings and what have you. These two lenses are great all-round travel lenses. You shove those two lenses in your camera bag with one camera body, even two camera bodies, and you're well away. Now the bokeh isn't fantastic on these lenses, but at an f2.8 aperture, you still are getting your separation between the subject you're photographing and the background. And if you look at this image here, now the flowers are lovely and sharp, but it has thrown the background out of focus. And the bokeh is nice and clean. It's not aggressive, so it looks nice and soft. It looks really nice actually. So I think Samyang have done a really good job with you know, how this lens renders, and I think it works really well with the likes of the A7C. I think it actually works really well, much better for the A7C than it probably would do on like the A7 IV or the other A7 bodies, simply because of its size. It complements the size of the A7C rather nicely. So yeah, I can highly recommend either of these lenses or both of these lenses. I mean, they're great little lenses. They are plastic, but you know, great all-round travel lenses. Keep them on your camera all the time. So there we go. As a quick look at the Samyang AF 24mm and 35mm lenses for the Sony full frame bodies, and as I said, I've used them on my A6700 with a lot of success. Well, I've certainly used the 24mm lens on my A6700, as you will see when you look at the photographs on Flickr. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button if you like the content of this video. It would be really helpful. And leave any comments in the comments section. That's also great, because I love reading the comments. I'm not very good at replying to all of them, but I certainly do read them all. So thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned for future videos. Cheers for now. Bye.